All right, we begin with that horrific firebombing at Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's residence. The suspect is arraignment, and it's underway right now as we speak. Authorities are now calling the attack domestic terrorism after a man allegedly broke into his house and used what sources are describing as a Molotov cocktail to start that fire. The home set ablaze while Shapiro and his family were sleeping just after celebrating a Passover Seder at the residence. Authorities right now are looking into whether the governor's Jewish faith was a motive.
If he was trying to terrorize our family, our friends, the Jewish community who joined us for a Passover Seder in that room last night, hear me on this. No one will deter me or my family or any Pennsylvanian from celebrating their faith openly and proudly.
Clearly an emotional moment there. Prosecutors are saying this is the suspect, 38-year-old Cody Balmer, and that he confessed to the attack and has been charged with attempted murder. ABC News again learning that he is being arraigned right now, and joining us with the latest here is ABC News' Rena Roy. So what is the latest right now on this suspect and his arraignment?
Yeah, Kana, we know that Cody Balmer is inside the courthouse there in Pennsylvania at this hour. Our teams on the ground watched him go inside. They say that he was completely silent. He was shackled at the waist. He was handcuffed, and he had a hospital bracelet on his wrist there. At one point, he did make a face at a reporter who asked him a question there. As you said, he is facing a slew of charges. Those include attempted murder, terrorism, and arson, and that's aggravated arson and assault, to be specific. We could see him or his attorney enter a plea during this hearing.
Okay, so as we watch this arraignment very closely, Rena, it's my understanding as well that what investigators are saying is that this, in fact, could have been even worse, right? Had this door to the dining area not been shut?
Yeah, much, much worse. They say that this fire, it was moving quickly. It was started by homemade Molotov cocktails that this suspect allegedly threw into the state dining room. That's where the governor was eating a Seder dinner, celebrating the first night of Passover there with his family. They say that that door was key in helping stop the flames from spreading to the actual part of the residence where the governor was sleeping. His family was sleeping there too. First responders, though, they didn't take this lightly. They made sure to get them out. The governor says he woke up at around 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday to banging at the door from police. They evacuated them within just minutes.
And I want to now bring in Brad Garrett. He's a former FBI agent and ABC News contributor. So again, Brad, he's currently being arraigned here. Seems like there may be a few contentious points there as the suspect was walking into the courtroom. But authorities are still trying to figure out a motive here. You heard the governor speaking about how his Jewish faith. Do you at all have any idea if that was a motivating factor?
Well, we just don't really know. But typically, Kana, if religion, if the Jewish faith was an issue, I'll be surprised if there isn't some history in this suspect's background. In other words, on social media, conversations with girlfriends, relatives, whomever it might be, because people who tend to use religion or race to go and attack somebody, it's a real agenda for them. You know, it's like a real cause. So we'll see. If that in fact is relevant or is something else relevant. But it'll come out at some point, I think, in fairly short order.
Brad, sharing with you here from our team, including Aaron Katursky, that is in the courtroom right now. It sounds like he has just been denied bail. So they were asking for bail. That has been denied. And Brad, he was also asked if he understood the 8 counts against him, including attempted homicide, terrorism, and aggravated arson. He replied yes. They also asked if he suffered from a mental illness, and the reply was, that's the rumor, but no, ma'am. So they're currently, Brad, trying to dig through a lot, even just in this arraignment here. What can be gained?
So I think clearly the judge, I'm sure with the prosecutors pushing this, that you shouldn't let him out. I mean, is he a danger to the community? He could be a danger to himself. I have no idea. But in particular, could he potentially be a danger to the community? And I think in the short term, the answer is yes, just because of what he just did, or what he's alleged to have just done, which is, you know, build Molotov cocktails, scale a fence, get into the governor of Pennsylvania's house and set it on fire, and then escape. with a hammer, and apparently has admitted doing it and admitted he would use the hammer on the governor if he had found him. So all of that is big strikes against him to get out.
Certainly several admissions, and according again to Aaron Katersky here, the judge denied bail, saying that while the judge appreciated Balmer turning himself in, there were no conditions that could keep him from being a danger to the community. We'll continue to watch that. Rena and Brad, our thanks to both of you.